It's been years since the call for Singaporeans to be more gracious, but yet Stinkaporeans are still abound. RazorTV finds out why. People still behave this way.
Well, it's very simple. I mean, Singaporeans over the years, I think, have become very used to it. And now I'm talking specifically about Singaporeans, right? They have become very used to just the carrot and the stick. But by and large, because our carrots are not big carrots, right? That we don't say, if you prove to be the best, polite, gracious Singaporean for 2010, you're going to get a gold medal and we're going to give you $1 million, right? Okay, if the government or anybody were to do this, I guarantee a lot of people will be very well behaved. On the other extreme, we don't have enough punishment. We don't use the stick enough. I think is enough. I don't think these gentle campaigns is enough. I think what we do need is to be, one, very sure that we really want to get rid of these Singaporeans. I think we need to, try and frame some real measures for punishment. I think there are two kinds of Singaporeans. One, that we can broadly classify as being not very educated. When they behave in a manner that we may disapprove, perhaps sometimes we can sympathize because they don't know better. But for those who have been educated and are educated and they misbehave and they add to this, sort of stench of Singapore and the ugly image of Singapore, I think they should be treated harshly. And I think the new ugly Singaporean is actually your quite well-educated individual who thinks that he or she rules the world.
Stomper Miss Yenny listed 10 terrible traits of Stinkaporeans. Well-known academic and critic Dr. Kirpal Singh spoke to RazorTV about 3. The first up is a low tolerance for other people. Let's hear what Dr. Singh has to say about this.
Now, that's a rather odd one because, low tolerance for other people, I would say it is there, but it can be quite subtle and complex. This is a human trait, not just a Singaporean trait, and it exists everywhere in the world. It's just a matter of degree. Sometimes the low tolerance is communicated very directly to you, like, I don't like the way you look, all right? Or it is very subtly communicated to you, like, I'm not going to sit next to you on a train because I don't like the way you smell. Singaporeans are, by and large, quite tolerant, yeah. I think all factors are involved, right? From the home, where an individual is born, to the home environment, the larger family, the schools, very, very critical, especially primary schools. In the old days, a lot of this civic, sort of consciousness and moral training was given over to the religious institutions, like the churches, the temples, the mosques, and all of that. But as people become more and more secularized, I think a lot of the sense of morality becomes compromised by this, fast, high-speed living. Especially in a society like Singapore, where money seems to be the big, value that everybody is attracted to. Now that one, I myself wouldn't put it as one of the top 10. I think Singaporeans can be flexible if you persuade them to be, you spend enough time, with them. There are obviously some who are very stubborn, who feel that they are right. In every circumstance, they are right. Like, the limpe, in the old Hokkien dialect, the limpe types will always think that they are great. To me, that is not one of the top 10. And among my young students and young people that I meet, and I meet a lot of young people, they're fairly flexible. They may begin with like an inflexible position, but after a while, if you talk with them and say, hey, come on guys, give me a break, talk to me, they suddenly begin to see, hey, yeah, maybe they're wrong. And I think that is a matter of patience. So you need to be patient with people who are inflexible. My verdict on that is that it would be among my top 10, but it would probably be like number 10 or number 9. It's not like a very major thing. All right, my generation never felt that way because we were always told that nobody owes us a living. But today, because young people especially feel that they have what I call a fallback position, their parents have worked very, very hard to give them a good life, and so they feel that they are lords of the earth. When I was young, I came home one day and told my uncle who was bringing me up that my teacher had given me a slap for being wrong. He gave me another slap. He said, that's for you to try to complain against your teacher.
While Stinkaporean traits like a lack of tolerance should not be encouraged, others like Yasuism can perhaps be seen as positive. Next up, RazorTV learns how Yasuism is just another form of competitiveness.